Hi everybody, I'm here in San Jose at a shelter I visit every time I pass through, and Jenny is the CEO.
Yes.
EHC?
Life Builders.
Life Builders. And one of the things that I truly love about this organization is that you're working with the community
Yes.
to build a system to end homelessness.
Yes.
Can you tell me about that?
So our goal is to work in the housing first model. What we want is to get people into housing as quickly as they can and then give them whatever they need to stay housed. And this shelter is no longer really used as an emergency shelter anymore. It's used in this very small way like that during the cold weather months. But the rest of the time, the people are just here in a transitional basis while they await where they're going to move into. And I think that's a great way to repurpose these facilities, because many of us who run homeless agencies have these large buildings and they're very difficult to not have them anymore. So by repurposing them and using them, it's really important. In this community, it takes a while to get people housed because the market's really tight and it's expensive. And so we need places like this for people to transition and stabilize on the way to permanent housing.
Just a little backstory, because Housing First has gotten sexy. It's what everybody's talking about. And there's this division that's being created between shelters and Housing First. And it's not an or situation, it's an and. So it's not Housing First or shelters, it's Housing First and shelters in a community that's working together with the faith-based orgs, with the government, with the nonprofits, with the businesses. Those are the communities that are ending homelessness. When everybody forgets their differences and pools their resources, you know, so, you know, if you're out there and you're doing a Housing First, work with your shelters. If you're doing a shelter, work with the Housing First people. And in our conversation, let's be inclusive instead of excluding people.
And think creatively about how you can use these community assets in such a way that supports Housing First. That's what we have done with this facility. That's what we encourage other agencies to do, because we all know that housing ends homelessness. Shelter does not. But this can be an asset to help us all achieve that goal.
And we're standing in front of a homeless memorial that is probably the most awesome homeless memorial I've seen in all my travels. However, it shouldn't exist. It shouldn't exist at all. And today we're here honoring 48 people that died from the ages of 80 to 90. That's what messed me up when you said that. I was, and it shouldn't be. That's the thing is, this shouldn't exist. People shouldn't be dying on this great country, on the streets of this great country of ours. And the solution is working together for a common goal, which is ending homelessness.
Absolutely. The way that less people die from being homeless is if they're housed.
Well, thank you very much for talking to me.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. We appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody.